Welcome back to Parish Profiles as we visit St. Joachim's, a very active bilingual parish ministering to over 5,500 registered families in Madera County. Their pastor, Father John Warburdon, describes a bit of the history of this vibrant faith community.
The town of Madera got its name because of the lumber industry. So Madera means lumber. And Madera has always also been an agricultural community, gradually growing from the time the parish was founded in 1881 to the present day. Now it's a city, over 70,000 in the city limits, and then probably tens of thousands more spreading outside the city limits, but still in the parish boundaries. The Oblates of St Joseph, of which I'm a member, they came to this parish in 1932. After serving a little while in Dos Palos, they were given this parish. They were well suited for this parish because of the number of Italian immigrants that had moved into the area and had begun their farming and vine work. And also the Oblates were very adaptable to serving other immigrant populations, the immigrants from Mexico, and the native population. Soon they established a school here, and we had a Father Albertelli, who's still well known and famous for the amount of work he did. He's the one who started the campaign and built the new church, the church we have today, and that was built in 1958. He's a church that holds 1,000 people. He was considered to be, very far-sighted in designing it to serve this community well. A vital ministry in our parish is the outreach to the poor in a corporal work of mercy, of feeding the hungry. And for a couple decades now, this ministry has been growing. Right now it's called Holy Family Table. It occupies our old parish hall called Griffin Hall, and it ministers 365 days a year in serving a good, nourishing meal to anyone who's hungry. By the time they serve all those meals, it comes out to well over 100,000 meals served per year.
All Catholic parishes are pro-life and pro-family, but St. Joachim prioritizes this commitment in so many different ways in both English and Spanish language ministries seen daily in the main church, the Mission Church of St. Anne in Redmond, and in their large 87-year-old elementary school located directly across the street from the parish church.
So we're doing the best we can in trying to have our marriage preparation program and family ministry programs to keep reaching out. As I mentioned before, we have two teams, a Spanish team and an English team, that provide annual retreats. We have a number of couples that provide natural family planning classes. We have other couples that are providing 6 different preparation sessions for couples that are preparing for marriage.
Pope Francis's priorities definitely inspire those of St. Joachim's Parish.
And I think this really kind of sums up the priority and the thrust, the spirit of Pope Francis and how it's affecting me and my priorities for the parish. And so Pope Francis said, "I see clearly that the thing the church needs most today is the ability to heal wounds and to warm the hearts of the faithful. It needs nearness, proximity. I see the church as a field hospital after battle." So these words of St. Francis are shaping the way that I look at my own ministry, and I think the way that our parish is going to look at its entire ministry. We have an abortion facility here in our parish, and I would say rather recently, just in the last several years, a very strong group called Esperanza de Vida, Hope for Life, has come together and begun prayer vigils, participating in 40 Days for Life, praying and sidewalk counseling and collecting money and goods to support the ministries in our parish that will provide an alternative to abortion, and also will provide healing from the effects of abortion for so many mothers, fathers, and families that have been hurt by that. Thanks to our youth minister, Lucy Magdaleno, and the leaders of the pro-life ministry, we anticipate sending 7 busloads of adults and youth and children to the West Coast Walk for Life. Last year we sent 6, this year we're sending 7 from our parish. This makes a rather obvious statement of the number of parishioners in our parish that are aware of this need to defend life and to heal the negative trends in our culture that are degrading life.
Another way that St. Joachim's reaches out to bring the healing love of Christ to its community is through its inspirational music ministry, which Ramiro Garza has been directing for the past 30 years.
Music in church is, those who sing pray twice. It's very powerful when it's used as prayer time and not only as, what we say, entertainment, Prayer, the music, especially amongst Hispanics, music is very important to us because we are more feeling. Amongst us Hispanics, music really moves you. Music really gets you to listen to the message. It prepares the heart because in the retreats, people come there with a kind of sad face or kind of, what am I doing here? Why am I here? So we start singing and pretty soon the music just touches their hearts. And then they're disposed to hearing what you're going to say. So for me, it has been a powerful way to communicate the love of God, communicate God's providence, to communicate God with us, to communicate that even though this world might seem like, wow, where's it going to, there's still this. We are going to follow Jesus and all the way to eternity, which is our hope and which we sing, and it's coming to know Jesus. You have this joy. Since the first day that I started playing for Jesus till now, I always play joyful music. Music has been very powerful because it wakes up in you this joy. Ever since the first day that I started, when I encountered Jesus Christ, to sing for Jesus Christ, it has been joyful. Even up to now, it's joyful because, the love of God, God taking care of you in His hands, God forgiving you, God leading you to Him, to be with Him forever. There's nothing better than that.
St. Joachim in Madera truly demonstrates the difference that a passionate pro-life commitment and a faith-filled music ministry can bring to a parish.
That has been our experience for 30 years, for sharing this music, sharing this message of God's love and forgiveness and healing through this ministry of music, which, like I told you at the beginning, all of a sudden I found out I was a choir director and I didn't even know, that was when they were moving the organ from the choir loft down to with the people so that we were part of the congregation and all that. I went through all that. And it was all new to me, because I hadn't really lived a Catholic faith life. till I came to know Jesus Christ as my Lord, Savior, personal encounter with Christ. And so that's why I believe that I think all Catholics should have that opportunity to encounter the living Christ. All Catholics should look into our musical heritage, these beautiful hymns, these not only beautiful sounding music hymns, but the message that they bring. Just listen to it, ponder it, and put it in your heart, and boy, what a difference.
We hope you've enjoyed visiting the St. Paul Catholic Newman Center in Fresno and St. Joachim's in Madera, and that you'll join us next month for another edition of Parish Profiles.
If your parish has a great story to share, we'd like to hear from you. Visit us at knxt.tv/profiles and tell us more. You may be featured in a future episode of KNXT's Parish Profiles.